Hello, this is Rob Hirschfeld, Principal Architect at Dell and one of the developers on the Crowbar project. I am putting together another dev tips, tricks video for our team, but I figured I'd share it. This is about how I am developing Barclamps. Not everybody does it this way, but I find it really convenient and helpful, so I'm sharing it. Here's the challenge that I'm trying to solve. I've got Crowbar running in a VM very happily. There's the UI for it. This is once again real simple. Not entirely working, but the challenge I have is over here I'm actually doing some development. So I've got a ton of our Barclamps all here. I want to make a change to the Crowbar Barclamp. I want to make a change to an OpenStack Meta Barclamp that I'm working on. And those changes actually impact how the whole darn system gets installed, and I want to test that. I don't want to waste a lot of time. So here's what I did, and I'm hoping you can do this too and find it helpful. I'm using VMware Workstation. I'm about to do a full cycle. What I did was I went through the VM install, and I captured it at the end of the ISO install before I installed Crowbar. Then I went a little bit further. I shut it down. I always do my snapshots with the machine shut down. And I went all the way back and I installed VMware Tools. So Crowbar ISO's run, the bases, everything's in place. I installed VMware Tools. And then I snapshotted. So that snapshot puts me in a position where I can do a share. So while this boots, I'll show you what it looks like. And it lets me actually look at the settings for the VM. Like now. So what I've done is I've taken that VM, which is set up in a snapshotted way. I've created a shared folder mapping to my code directory. So in this case I have all my Barclamps in this share public directory. So that directory looks like this. And here's all the Barclamps. I'm using Tortoise Git, which I love. Highly recommend that tool. Very happy. And Beyond Compare, also another tool in my tool chain I'm happy with. But what I've done is I've brought in all the Barclamps that I want to work with. You'll notice some of them start with Barclamp, like in the code repos, and some of them don't. Provisioner, Deployer, Crowbar. All three of those, I'll explain in a second, can't have Barclamp in front of them for this to work. Most of the other ones can. There's no problem at all. Because except for those three, the paths really don't matter. And you'll find out as you go through this process which ones the paths matter on or not. Those matter because during install, the install actually looks for a specific path. So hopefully I bought enough time waiting for the machine to boot. I did. So I go to Crowbar, become a sudoer. Alright, so now I'm happy. And if I list my HDFS directory, you'll see here's all my Barclamps. So this is actually a reflection of my local machine. What I did after that was I wrote a script that did my automated steps. I'll show you what that script looks like. I call it the Barclamp trick script. Basically what I do is I move the Barclamps to an old directory, and then I do a symbolic link from that source directory I was just showing you into the Barclamps directory. So what I've literally done is I've moved away the Barclamps that come on the ISO, and I have linked in the Barclamps on my local machine. Okay, and then I set the permissions. So I don't care about all the permissions, but because of the way we're sort of looking into some Barclamps during install, I have to set the deployer Crowbar data bags to more liberal permissions. I sort of took a hammer to that. Then I remove all this file list text stuff. So if you look in this directory, you'll see all these file lists. These file lists are artifacts from the Barclamp import. They just tell you which files got imported. They're useful when you want to remove a Barclamp. I don't care in this case since I'm blowing away the whole machine. And then this doesn't actually do anything because I don't externalize it. It's inside the script. So let me run that. Alright, so the other advantage of putting the VMware tools in is that you can do up arrow inside your VM, which I like. So I'm going to do my BC trick. So that guy does all the work that's necessary to make this system work the first time. So now if I list my opdel Barclamps directory, you'll notice that is my local directory, not the original directory. And I can look at the same thing and see the old one. Voila, that's the old one. So I have both if I need them. Now, that's it. I'm ready to do the install using my new Barclamps. And this lets me, inside of like 5 minutes, tweak, tune, change, and then do a full Crowbar reinstall on the latest Barclamps. So I'll do that. Just install. And it's going to go through and do the install. And that's it. So hopefully, if you're doing Barclamp development, you will give this a try. I find it's a very fast way to actually do a full test of the Barclamp and not worry about artifacts from my last test run. Good luck and good coding.